The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Okay, guys, how you doing? This is Neil Green on the weekly webinar, just like every Wednesday. Doing two webinars a day. The first one is at 8 a.m. GMT time. The other one is, second one is now, which is 4 p.m. GMT time. We always do the webinars on 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. on GMT time, so all of you guys from all over the world could listen, and so you all have the chance, since we have customers from all around the world. Doing one in the morning UK time and one in the evening UK time. So either. Okay, let's just wait a minute or two for everyone to arrive. First, I want to do a technical check just to see that just like I do every webinar, you have a chat window. I love it if you can just write me down that you can see my screen and hear my voice. It will be great. Anyone has any technical problem, this is the time to let me know. Can you guys see the screen? It's supposed to say end of the year trading. We're going to talk about end of the year rally and the Trump effect and everything. Take a bigger picture on the market and see what trades are good trades for the end of the year. So anyone has any technical problem? Or can you all see the screen? If you have any technical problem, this is the time to let me know. Of course, if you have any questions during the webinar, you're more than welcome to write me down during the webinar on the chat window, and I'll do my best to answer your questions in between or after. So everybody can see the screen? Everything's okay? Can we start? See end of the year trading? How you all doing? Okay. I see some familiar names and some names that are new here, so welcome. Okay. Okay, let's start. By the way, guys, I wanted to say thank you for the emails that I received from last webinar that we did about the interest rate decision that took place on December 14th. We talked about the fact that if the interest rate is going to be as expected, 0.75%, the second time interest rate went up since in the last 8 years, 7 years, 8 years, yes. And people made a lot of money because of the expectations. They told you if it's going to be over 2 times, over 2 hikes expected on 2017, the number was 3. If you listen to Janet Yellen's speech 30 minutes after the interest rate decision, pretty easy trade, right? Especially with what's going on in the market right now. Okay, so let's talk about the end of the year trading. Let's start. So markets are okay. I just call it Trumponomics. All right, the Trump effect. Donald Trump, as you know, was elected on November 8th to be the next president of the United States. He beat Hillary Clinton. We talked about it on past webinars. U.S. economy is the biggest and the strongest economy in the world. Every single thing that happens within the USA affects the whole world, especially elections. And the Republican, just like Donald Trump was elected, by the way, is going to be president starting January 20th. Right now, the president is still Barack Obama. And so markets on a strong uptrend since Donald Trump was elected on November 8th, okay? The market right now is booming. I don't know if you know, it's the highest point ever. All the indices, all the stock, the US dollar at the highest point. Not the US dollar got strong like 8%, but all the indices, all the US stocks, okay, at the highest point ever. Okay, if there's any time to buy the market, it's right now. This is easy money. All right, just for you to understand, Tribe has promised 2 important things. Now, just like I do every webinar, I want to do it on this webinar as well. I want us to take a look on the bigger picture and then go into details, all right? So we're going to talk about what's going on in the market right now since November 8th, since the elections. Then we're going to talk about what should we do in the future in order for you folks to have more cash in your pocket. So Trump has promised 2 important things. The first one is major tax cuts. If you're here on last webinar, previous webinar on last Wednesday, when we talked about the interest rate decision, Okay, I don't know if you know, but on the last NFP, the unemployment rate in the United States was published as 4.6%, which is the lowest since 2008, the big crisis. So the U.S. economy growth is in a great situation, especially after Trump said these things. So the first one is major tax cuts, which means people, big corporations, big company are going to have more money available. Their net income is going to be higher. Okay, they're going to have more money. Okay, if we lower the taxes for the U.S. citizens and for companies, it means that people are going to have more money to spend. Companies are going to make bigger profits, okay, which is great for U.S. growth economy. The second is more government spending. I don't know if you remember Donald Trump before the elections and after said in his speeches was just talked about government spending. Okay, I'm going to show you the effect, which means huge corporations are going to get a lot of money. He was talking about rebuilding America, a lot of things, roads and so on, and of course giving more money to U.S. companies and U.S. corporations in order to stay domestic and do their business in the United States and not get employees for China, for example. All right. So this is a huge these are good news for the U.S. economy. Strong corporations, and I told you, could benefit from lower taxes. Okay, if they pay less taxes, they make more money. They make more money, it's better for the U.S. economy. Government spending can boost demand for major corporations. As we know, okay, demands make the market go stronger as it does right now. Okay, so if government spends more, we expect a boost demand for major corporations, which means stocks are going to keep going up just as they do right now. Trump will officially be president, as we said, on January 20th. Okay, he was elected on November 8th. He's going to be formally the president of the United States from January 20th. Okay, from January 20th, he's going to replace Obama. So right now, what we see, I just wrote it here, only then will he be judged on his promises, okay? Markets are reacting to expectations. By the way, just for you to know in general, the capital market is always based and moved by expectations, okay? Okay, people buy or sell assets in the capital market based on expectations. Now, if we expect, let's talk about the Trump effect. If we expect the tax to be lower, which means people are going to have more money, and we expect the U.S. economy, by the way, that have a huge debt, we don't know whether Trump will be able to do it or not, okay, to invest more money in the United States of America and rebuild America, as Trump said, and you see that the market believes him, because we have this huge uptrend. So, okay, only then we're going to judge him after January 20th and the days after. Markets right now are reacting to expectations, all right? Let me show you. This is a candlestick chart, all right? Let me show you what's going on. Let's start with the US dollar. This is the US dollar versus the Japanese yen. Here is a daily chart. This is the day. Each candle represents one day. A green candle means that in this specific day, the US dollar got stronger versus the Japanese yen in this case. A red one is lower. I like to work versus the Japanese yen because it's much clearer. If I want to look on the euro versus the dollar, I'm going to see a downtrend because the dollar is getting stronger. Okay, don't get confused. Technically here, the US dollar is the secondary currency, not the major. Just like on your platform, okay? On the platform, it looks like this. If I go euro versus the core currencies, if I believe that the dollar is going to get stronger, I want to take put options on the euro versus the dollar, or call options when the dollar is the major currency, just like versus Japanese yen. So pay attention where the dollar is in order here. Okay. So we have an uptrend of the US dollar is getting stronger, as you can see. Okay. All the indices at the highest point. Let me show you the indices of stocks. Nasdaq, which represents the 100 technological companies, corporations with the highest value in the US market. Okay, booming up, as you can see. S&P 500, same thing. Dow Jones, almost 20,000 points at the highest. This is a monthly, you see. Dow Jones is an index that represents the 30 companies with the highest value, industry companies with the highest value in the United States of America at the highest point ever, 19,000 and what, 900? What is it now? Yeah, 19,900. Okay, we expected to reach the 20,000 points, the highest point ever. Everybody's talking about it all over the news, and this is what's going on right now. The market at the highest point. Okay, combine the Trump effect with what I'm going to talk about right now. The next thing I would like to talk about is the Santa Claus rally. Right, the Santa Claus rally is referred to as a bullish trend in the last week of the year. Okay, every year at the end of the year, okay, the market is bullish, which means it's green. It's going up at the end of every year. You can check it out on the on investing.com or NetDania or whatever you like. Okay, the last days of the year from starting on Christmas until December 31st, the end of the year. Okay, I'm going to talk about the reasons right now. I wrote it here. The U.S. market, which is the strongest economy in the world, is getting stronger. Okay, every year we call it the end of the year rally or the Santa Claus rally. Some investors are calling this year's potential rally the Santa Trump rally. Okay, the thing is that we have two things. First, as I said, Trump was elected on November 8th. Tax cuts, right? Tax cuts and the government investors, okay, investments. The dollar is getting stronger. Interest rate went up on December 14th, which is great for the US dollar and for US banks. I'm going to show you US stocks, okay? It's getting stronger as I showed you. Stocks and all the indices, highest point ever, are going up like crazy. Some investors are calling this year the best year, okay, because of the Santa effect at the end of the year, just like every year, combined with the Trump effect, Santa Trump rally. Generally, bullish trends, which means that when the market goes up is bullish, right? Bearish is when the market goes down, as bear, and bullish, bull, market, green, goes up. Bullish trends are created because of the end of the year tax issues or end of the year bonuses. So every year, at the end of the year, we have the end of the year rally or the Santa Claus rally, which means that every year at the end of the year, people go and first of all, we have the Christmas holiday. The U.S. citizens get money back out of taxes, expenses, and so on. Okay, they get refunds and they received all the yearly bonuses, and then they go on a vacation. So people spend a lot during the holidays from Christmas till New Year, and big corporations are enjoying it. Combine this with the tax cuts, all right, expected by Donald Trump, the new president, and the government investors, you get a really, really bullish uptrend, one-way, sharp, booming market, okay? The greatest time in the year to go into the market is right now. Market reaction so far. The Dow Jones is trading around 19,000. Right now it's 19,900 points, as I showed you. Only 100 points away from the round number of 20,000 points, highest point ever. That reflects an additional 0.7% move, which is a lot, right? Dollar index is trading around 103.55. I showed you got stronger. You can add the interest rate decision on December 14th, 0.75. Got it really stronger, okay? Now, the US dollar has gained more than 8% since election, just for you to know the numbers. US banks are trading more than 25% higher since the elections. Look at this. This is crazy. Let me show you a few things. First of all, Trump was talking about rebuilding America. Okay, who is making equipment? Okay, for rebuilding, for building. For example, Caterpillar. You ever heard of Caterpillar? Okay, Caterpillar. CAT, the stock. Look at this. This is a daily chart. These are the elections. Boom. Okay, traded at around $94 per share. It's crazy. Look at U.S. banks. Okay, higher interest rate is good for the dollar and for the U.S. banks, that most of them are domestic. They work in the U.S. Okay, higher interest rate, which means the U.S. banks are gonna make more profits, more money. Okay, JP Morgan. Look at this, booming up like crazy. These are huge opportunities for you guys to make a lot of money. You have it on the platform. Citi, same thing, same correlation. Goldman Sachs. These are all, right now, as we speak, right now, the US market is open. You can take trades, you can put your options on the US market right now. Combine the Trump effect that we see here since the elections, all of these days, you see, this is the elections and the gap up, all right, since then it doesn't stop, and combined with the end of the year rally is going to start in 4 days till the end of the year, okay, if you want to take options for longer terms, this is a huge opportunity, okay. I don't remember the market like that really in years. On the other hand, if you want to trade on commodities, you have gold is trading around $1,130 an ounce. The commodity has dropped $170 since the election. Okay, as you probably know, we talked about it on past webinars. The gold works in an opposite correlation with the US dollar. Actually, gold is kind of parking lot of all currencies. We said it before. The reason is that if I don't know where to, back in the days when we wanted to know how much money a certain country have, we had to count the number of ounces of gold that the country has. And if I wanted to print money as a country, I had to sell gold and print out money. So currencies work against the gold, especially the biggest, the strongest currency in the world, the US dollar. Okay, so let me show you again. US dollar is getting stronger. Gold is getting exactly the opposite, is getting weaker. Here is gold. Gold is getting weaker. As you can see, exactly opposite correlation. When US dollar goes up, gold goes down. When gold goes up, US dollar goes down. And we know the reasons. The Trump effect, tax cuts, government investors, and we're going to have in 4 days, for a week, at the end of the year, the Santa Claus rally, all right, the end of the year rally, which for you guys is great. Because as binary option traders, all we need is the price to be 1 cent or 1 pip above or below, depends if I took put or call option, the strike price in order to win a lot of money, 70 to 90% payout, okay? So if we know the direction, if we know exactly where the market is going, what the hell are we waiting for? All right, just take this money. Okay. End of the year trading should take into consideration these trends, as I showed you, okay? Gold is going down, US dollar is getting stronger, and US stocks, all indices that you have it on the platform are getting stronger. Assets that should react to the Santa Claus rally are US indices and stocks, and the US dollar and major commodities like gold and silver both work the opposite direction. Now, how do I do it on the platform? FMTrader, I log in with my email and password. Okay. I would go long term till the end of the year or till December 30 if you want to take advantage of the Santa Claus rally. And if you want to take it for the longer, I want to take it later than January 20th that you have on the platform when Donald Trump is going to be in Washington and replace Barack Obama. So either this or that, okay, for the longer term. If I want to go with the trend, I don't know if you know the phrase, the trend is your friend. Technically, now we know the reasons, okay? Call options on the dollar. If you want to trade on the euro versus the dollar, of course, the opposite. Okay, if I take a put option because here the euro is the major currency, it means that I believe that the dollar is going to keep getting stronger. Again, you can take it by the end of the year, here, or until January 20th or in between, whenever you like. Here you put your investment, you're going to get here 75%. For small trade like 20,000, I'm going to get 35,000 and so on. Commodities, gold crashing down, put options, 30, January 20th, same thing. I want to trade on indices. Dow Jones, highest point ever, of course, call. If you want to trade on the Nasdaq, S&P 500, you have all of them here. Okay, stocks, I just click on stocks, pretty easy. US banks, we said, okay. I look for Bank of America, If you want to trade on all the same, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, okay? You just click on that, take it until he's gonna be elected, and maximum amount on this one is 15. Okay, so you can put 15s. All right, this is how you do it technically. Pretty easy. Any questions, guys? This is the time. If you have any questions, this is the time to ask me. Anything that you didn't understand that you would like me to clarify, let me know now. I'm here to answer all your questions. By the way, contact your account managers, okay, as soon as possible. Please, guys, just like we did last week on the interest rate decision, and we did it pretty good, okay? People made here a lot of money, okay? I'm receiving emails all week for this easy trade. This is easier because you can take options for a longer term than a day or two, okay? We can take it for a week and put big investments. So I would take advantage of this uptrend, of this booming market, the highest point ever, because it's never been before. So this is a great opportunity. Contact your account managers right now. If you don't have enough money in your account, this is the time to make the deposits. Take this trade so at the beginning of the year, you can withdraw some money, cash into your pockets, take a vacation or buy something nice, all right? Because these opportunities in the market, and we talked about the reasons, it happens once in, it doesn't happen a lot, all right? So please take advantage of it. The market is booming up, the highest point ever. This is to buy the market right now. Whenever you go, you'll make money. Okay? Any questions, guys? Okay, so I would like to thank you very much for participating. Hopefully, I gave you the necessary information in order for you to take your trades and make a lot of money. The end of the year rally combined with the Trump effect. This is the time to make money, guys. Hopefully, I'll see you here next Wednesday. 2 webinars again. We're going to talk about expectations for 2017. The first one is going to be at 8 a.m. GMT time. The second, just like always, 4 p.m. GMT time. And I would like to thank you for participating and have a great one. Okay? Thank you very much. Bye-bye.